I recall when I started college in the 70s, the the quarter credits were the going thing. You had 4 quarters a year, and you're doing quarter hours. But then they changed it to semesters. So I think you have 2 semesters in a year, or three, whereas you have 4 quarters, um, or three excluding the summer. And I'm not sure how they came up with this, but I think I understand what they were doing. Now, they were working on dismantling education. You see, the scripture says, and was speaking to Israel, it says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." And what kind of knowledge would get one destroyed? Knowledge of the Almighty and the various arts and sciences that are necessary to function. So, today, folks don't have a proper understanding of the Almighty, and they're repeating the errors of the past, Sodom and Gomorrah, and so on. But then you have other things that they don't know, and going to destroy them. I recall in college I studied that sex, the sex of a child is determined at conception, so that the man has X and Y chromosome in the spermatozoa, while the girls in their ovum or ova have the X. So if two X's come together, it's a girl, next and a boy, it's X and Y, it's a boy. So today, there's teaching that down the road in the pregnancy, some chemicals kick in and sex of the child is determined. They open it up for people to excuse, various different types of lifestyle, lesbian, gay, homosexual, and bisexual. That's what they were trying to do. And other things, people don't have knowledge of the Middle East, and so they're talking in terms that they forgot the history about the Crusades. The Crusades were a failure in the Middle East, and understanding the Middle East, the type of people they are, and the politics and the type of power they had, to say now that I could just do anything is like forgetting the history and understanding the people over there. And that is the perfect reason why I think that they've changed the thing from the semester to the quarter. Um, the British and the American education, or European and American education, differ right there, in that in the British system, from the 10 years, I have to start preparing for whatever career I want. So it means that I have to know by then 9, 8, 10 what I want to be. When I was around 10, I wanted to be an accountant. So I would have had to specialize in math and my English. Um, if there was any accounting or any commerce or anything like that offered in high school, I'll do that, write it at the preliminary exam, then write it at the general exam, and then write it at the no, it's preliminary, college of preceptors, um, GC, and then the advanced. So I can get into Oxford, London, or Cambridge, or the University of the West Indies. And so by the time I reach into college, I've done so much biology that the biology in college is going to be extraordinary. And I can't start doing college in high school if I didn't do it I can't start doing biology in college if I hadn't started it in high school, because I won't be able to understand it. They'll start at a high level. And when you go to university, they drop off a year, so it's a 3-year course. And they're not going to get back into high school work. If you don't understand where they're at, you got to go back to high school and get it and come back the next time, next year or whatever. Or if ever, they'll accept you back. But with American education, it was a general type of education in which, for my bachelor's, I've done maybe about 30 or so different courses. Whereas if I were doing the British thing, I would have just done one, either chemistry or physics or biology or math or whatever. In the American system, I've done things like art, science, and a mixture of things to give me a better sweep of things. Um, and so you don't know what your career is going to finally be, and therefore, when you study widely, it helps you also to determine a career. But I might be a chemist, and there needs to be a chemistry manager for the department, but I haven't done any management, so how am I going to manage? I'm going to try to say, well, okay, this is the way I operate at home and I associate with my friends, but there are sciences and strategies in the course or in the degree called management that would help you to function in that area. So what the enemy has done is this. We don't concentrate deeply in America as in the British system, but yet they're trying to cut out the general courses. So with the semester courses, I could have done ABC in the year. All you can do now is A and B. You might want to say that, well, you cover A and B and C in the AB in these 2 semesters because you're doing a lot more time and so on. And you're still doing the same 4 courses, but you're just spending more time. But I could have done in the year 12 different courses, but I mean 4 here, 4 there, 4 there. But because it's just a 2 semester, I might only be able to do 8 if I want to, do a whole variety of courses. So I'm losing 4 every year. So in 4 years, I lost 16 courses. I wouldn't have been able to do 16 courses. And, things like sociology, psychology, history, English composition, computers, mathematics, literature, so many different things would help me to enhance whatever I'm doing if I'm going to be a manager. I could think about other things. In my spare time, I could follow hobbies, pursue a different avenue here, while I've done enough management courses to be able to function. And although management deals with, it doesn't require significant psychology and sociology, although it's understood that these are going to be discussed, how people get together and so on. But if with the management courses I do sociology and I do psychology and I do persuasion, then I'm supposed to be a better manager because I'm going to be able to think in terms of putting people together, what psychology has shown or sociology has shown to be the best mix. You can't put a whole bunch of introverts into a situation and expect one is going to be a leader. You can't put a whole bunch of extroverts and expect they're going to be followers. So you have to, if you have a committee and you want to really work, it depends what type of work you're going to be doing. You put in introverts, you put in an extrovert to be the leader, though he's going to be listening as opposed to just trying to dominate it with his ideas and so on. So the enemy has come in and done that. And to top it off, even cutting off the courses and you see, what I discovered in school, in 6 weeks I used to get the concept, and after that it was like a downhill. It's boring, it's this, it's that, and the term will be over. And so in my way, I think I've pioneered the accelerated courses, because I think I could have done a different course every month. I would have done many more, and maybe my major I could have done it right through, but in 6 weeks I got it. In 4 weeks I could get it. Just let us deal with the concepts. Now let's get into all the words and throw out all them A's and N's and all that, and just put in the concepts. Let me get the points. See, this whole chapter, what are the points? 4 points. I got it. That's more. I'm going to use my own experience and illustrations to enlarge it, but just give me the principles. And to compound the reduced courses, now the you don't have to know this stuff, just know where to find it. So what's the purpose of going to school? This story is told of by a professor that studied in the States. He said this guy put all his notes and everything, the books together, and he was going home after 4 years and he has a degree. And the train crashed and everything lost. So all he had was nothing, because he never knew anything. It's just the books he has. Maybe I'm going to read the books later. Others sell the books every semester. As soon as this course is over, they sell it. And so they've created a culture of dynamite ignorance. And this was the problem in the Middle Ages. Not only that people were ignorant, but they were evil. And so they're bringing on evil things in the Ouija board, these wicked religions, magic, various types of stuff, and combine evil, Halloween and all that, with ignorance. You're right back in the Middle Ages, where the masses, and you're seeing it today, the people are going to go on strike because they don't have a clue. Now, I won't go on strike because I realize that I'm asking for higher salaries. It's not going to improve my situation, because when we all get raises on the low level, the higher levels can get a raise too. And what I was saying, oh, I could afford a car now, but you know what? The car price can go up again, so I can't afford it. And all I can do is put my business to be uncompetitive, because in India and those other places, they're not having raises. So, so you put your education to work like that, and you save yourself from problems. You understand how the body works. You won't get into smoking, drinking. You know what I mean? So I think that the semester system, coupled with the various forms of evil, has put us straight in the Middle Ages, and destined for destruction.